What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with the next Coffee and Clash video. As always, we'll not be answering questions in the comment section, but please leave me questions for future videos. Let's get right into it. First question is from Beth. Hey, Jake, as an avid watcher for a while, I've always wondered, do you listen to music while doing 3-star attempts? If so, what genre do you prefer? I personally love chill music during attacks. It helps me with anxiety issues. Also, hashtag say my name. Your name's Beth. All right, Beth, I do not listen to music. I try to find a quiet place when I'm doing attacks. I really try to have as few distractions as possible if it's a serious war attack. But I'm into my genre of music. I don't even know what you call it, honestly. It's not country music, but like Stony LaRue, Mickey and the Motor Cars. I'm drawing a blank now, but anyways, that style of music is what I'm into. But no, not during attacks. 12321 D Jones. I know you don't reply to comments on these vids, but I appreciate it if you make an exception. This isn't made for a Coffee and Clash vid, although if you feel rather, feel free. I obviously do. About your saying that is, this isn't going to last forever. This isn't a career path, etc. I personally barely even play Clash anymore, but I still watch every single one of your videos. I really do appreciate that, man. I promise. You don't know how much I do. You could be playing Dora the Explorer for all I care, and I'd still watch. I watch your videos for your personality and the way you describe everything, not the background video. So I think it's very possible that this could become a career if you just got into the next big game after Clash dies. What do you think? I think you're probably in the minority. I don't think I'm nearly as charming as a lot of YouTubers out there, and just to tune in to hear me is strange to me. But I do appreciate it. But I think most of my viewers come for the videos, for what they can see, what they can learn. I guess we'll find out someday when Clash dies out, or I'll start doing something else. We'll see who sticks around. Matt From. Hey Jake, I've learned a lot from your videos, and I appreciate the time you put into it for us. My question is this: I love Govaho and Govalo, but some bases aren't designed for this type of attack like any others. How do you go about picking the right strat for the right base with so many options? Best regard. Yeah, Valks especially. You're talking about two Valk attacks. In my opinion, there definitely is bases that do not work well for Valks. The compartments just don't set up right. The pathing can be so wonky on them. You just have to, if you're going to specialize in something like that, normally in a war, you're going to be able to find a couple of bases that are good for Valks. So try to do that. But if you want to be more versatile, then just, really focus on either Goho or Golaloon, because pretty much any base done correctly can be 3-starred by those two attacks. So if it's fine if you want to be, your Govaho or your Govalo for your main attacks, but have one of those other two in your bag, Goho or Golaloon. And I think you're going to, once you get proficient with that, pretty much anything you run into, you're going to be able to throw a pretty good attack at. So just try that out. Zero FT. Do you know any friends in real life that play Clash, and do you show your amazing clan to them? I actually only have one real life friend that plays Clash, or I guess used to play Clash. He used to live here in town with me and got promoted and moved to Northwest Arkansas. And last time I talked to him, he hadn't even logged in a while. But for the longest time, he was definitely not hardcore. Logged in, got his collectors. Early on, like Town Hall 5 and 6, he would do some farming raids. But definitely a very, very casual player. But he does, follow the channel because he thinks it's cool that I do a YouTube channel. So shout out to Paul. What's going on, buddy, if you're watching? Always smiling. Will you ever cover any other app game? Yes. Funny you ask, because I just did a video about how I'm going to start putting, and thank you guys for the response on that. It was overwhelming and positive and supportive, so I do appreciate that. I'm going to start having a third time slot. I usually do an 8 a.m. and a 3 p.m. Clash video. That won't change, but the third time slot is going to be around noon, probably every other day-ish. You're going to get a Vainglory video, and if I get another game, it might be posted in that time slot as well. So it'll just be a slot for other things that I'm playing. Sean Dantanarayaya. Okay. Do you think modder will struggle to 3-star without mod support, or do you think the constant practicing that they do make them understand the mechanics and timing of the game better, ultimately improving their skills? If so, what do you think of Supercell allowing mod attacks on enemy war bases after the war is over? I think there's both. I think you have guys that cheat to because that's the only way they compete, and they're really not good at the game, and they won't ever be good at the game. They just don't get it. They just, especially at Town Hall 9, they'll throw enough attacks at the wall that eventually something will stick, and they'll just hit the auto touch. I think that some people that are already good at the game, it makes them better, and they obviously have that unfair advantage of just doing attacks over and over and over and over. And even if they took that away from them, they've done more attacks in the last 6 months than I'll be able to do in my entire life. So yes, I do think it gives them that advantage for the good ones. However, the ones that are terrible, the day after they take mods away, they'll probably quit the game because they're going to be exposed for how terrible they are. I'm Aries. Hey Jake, two questions for you. One, are there any effective 3-star strategies for new Town Hall 9s, King 10, Queen 5 to 10, and or how do you think these level players should practice or participate in Strong War Clan if there are any reliable 3-star options? Sorry, struggled through that. Yes, and I did a video on it, and the short answer is the exact same attacks that we use at higher level. You just have to do it on a lower level basis. But there's a video called 3-star strategies as a new Town Hall 9, something like that. It's in the theory craft section. Go check it out. Two, what are the One High family's preferred or most effective strategies for farming Dark Elixir without gymming? I have no idea because I never get to farm. I think some people do like Jive Arch. I think some people do Super Queen, which you just get 6 or 8 healers on your Queen, march her right into the middle of the base with some minions and wizards and stuff like that for outside buildings. But honestly, I don't know. What does that say? Cautious Boss. Hey Jake, has One Hive thought about dropping your Town Hall 8s to get heavier in order to get tougher war matchups? What's the logic behind warring with 8s extra XP? Honestly, I don't know what you're referring to. We haven't had Town Hall 8s in the clan in a long, long time. Maybe you mean one of the other One Hive clans, I'm not sure. Or you could possibly mean that every once in a while you'll see a mini account that might be even like a Town Hall 5 or something. If we have 44 people that are ready to war and want to go to war, we'll throw in a mini account just to make it an even number so 4 people don't have to sit. But we don't war with Town Hall 8s anymore. Steve Macmillan. Jake, when has P.E.K.K.A been relevant? Will it ever? Never see it in attack strats. Back, early Town Hall 10 attempt days, a lot of times you would see a max P.E.K.K.A attack, but once the skeletons came out, that kind of was kind of a roundabout way a nerf to that, and it just sort of died off. It never was a good strategy, honestly. I don't think you'll ever see P.E.K.K.As in the high level meta. I mean, people use them for 2-star attacks and going in, or every once in a while you'll see one thrown in on a 3-star attempt. But for good high level attacks at Town Hall 10, I don't think you're going to see it unless they ever maybe take away the ×2 damage from the Teslas. That's the only way I think it could be relevant in that arena. It just is, it's too slow, too much damage pent up in one swing. If it whiffs a few times, you've just, that's so much of a waste to where, and then if you run into a couple of Teslas, it gets cooked so quickly, it's just not worth it. So you're probably not ever going to see it unless, Supercell does some balancing there for that. Fabian Shirt Olsen. I'm not sure I said that. Okay. You said that you don't know how long you'll be able to keep this up. What do you mean? Do we have to expect this channel to go inactive anytime soon, or are you quitting the game? No, definitely not. I'm not going to go inactive. Excuse me. Not going to go inactive, not quitting the game. What I mean by that is, on top of my regular life, I spend probably now 5-6 hours a day on this, on the channel, on the comments, and all that stuff. And I don't know how long that can keep up. As the channel continues to grow, I guess they'll reach a breaking point where I simply can't respond to all comments. What to do then? That's what I mean by I can't keep it up. I might have to scale back at some point. I don't know. I'm just trying to be realistic with you guys. But no, don't worry about me. I'm not going anywhere. Stan Games. Nice video as always, Jake. I'm your biggest fan. It's about 900 subs, as you know. Yeah, my boy Stan never misses a video, and he is OG for sure. My question is, would you ever play Boom Beach? If you do, why? If you do, why or why not? I played Boom Beach when it first came out on American servers, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. It never really captured me like Clash of Clans did, and it got kind of boring and repetitive to me. I haven't played it in a long, long time. I might pick it up at some point and then give it another shot. A fun game for sure, but it just doesn't have that holding power that Clash does, in my opinion. Clash with Sam. First, I would like to mention that I like and appreciate your job on your channel. Appreciate that, man. It's the only channel I get pop-ups from work from on my cell phone. Anyways, what is your opinion about clan war tournament system? And if they make one, how would you want it to work? Would you have to click the start clan war tournament button and match several clans? Would obviously take some time, or just set up a clan war tournament with other clans with a specific system? Because this sounds kind of impossible for clans that are not very known in the clan war community. People might also be able to cheat and match their own clans. Yeah, they definitely could do that. Sounds kind of complicated to make the whole thing work, but it sounds fun. Yeah, it would be awesome. There's two problems. One is the obvious one, which is cheating. You know, if you have a clan war system, especially if you have sort of a tiered or league or ladder system to where, you know, if you win one, you sort of move up and you get a little bit better opponents next time, and so on, to where you're having more and more competitive tournaments, then obviously what happens is your better fair play clans inevitably meet up with modding clans, and it's no fun for anybody. So hopefully they don't do anything like that until they get a handle on the modding. The second part is what size to make them. You know, even if you do just a 6-team tournament, you know, just three, you know, have 3 matches, and then, you know, you go down, and I don't know how you would do that, because then you've got an odd number. It would be tough. You would need a way to maybe like a round robin. I don't know. I don't know what the best method would be, but the problem is to get a fair matchup, you would have to have extremely long search times. We're talking probably 10 hours plus, and I'd be fine with that. I think that what you would have to do, though, that's a long time for someone to wait for a matchup and then get started. There's got to be a way that you could maybe get in a queue and then continue to do normal wars, and maybe have a 2-day lag time to where you finish your normal war and then boom, the next war started. So it puts you in a queue and it's searching for a tournament for you while you can continue to war, something like that. I don't know. I don't have it all worked out in my head. Yeah, I don't think that it would work as far as just here, you know, you guys make your own tournaments, because like you said, it's going to be abused. People that are good, that couldn't, you know, they're not well known, aren't going to get in the good tournaments, and so on. So we'll see what they do. A lot of possibility there, but a lot of pitfalls and problems as well. Gordon NG, thanks for the great series, Jake. Well, I saw a lot of unique base designs on your clan or the other top war clan, where the town hall is not exactly in the middle. I really love the idea of the base to make it very difficult for people to 3-star without well executed attack. Here's my question. Do One Hive have base designer that help them design a different base for the other members, or do they just design it themselves? I also appreciate if you could share some of your clan's designs. And lots of success. Thanks. Both. You know, you have people that make their own and then they run it by sort of the quote base design team for approval. They'll give them tips, you know, tricks, suggestions to move things around. And then like people like me that, one, doesn't have time, and two, is not really good at base design, a lot of times they'll be like, here, use this base, because they know that my base will probably not hold up. So you have a little bit of both of that going on. As far as showing our good base designs, that will never happen, man. We don't, you don't understand how many hours are spent on base design. Every arranged war, we have to have new designs. You know, the other ones are shown, they're out there, they're exposed. We have to have new designs every war, so we won't burn them by sharing them. I'm sorry. We put out the base building videos, which just gives all the tips we can to help you build your own. Benjamin Chansey. How important are hero levels when it comes to getting 3 stars on max Town Hall 9s? Is it impossible? Is it still possible with 10 to 10 or 15 to 15 heroes? Should clanmates be encouraged to upgrade heroes over troops? It's very important. You know, as you start leveling those heroes up, you are going to increase your success rate exponentially. It really makes a huge, huge difference. So be sure and get them encouragement to get up over troops. There's a balance there. You know, you want to get your hogs up or your balloons up when you first get Town Hall 9. I would get the Queen of 5 before I even did that. But once that Queen was at level 5, I would get those troops maxed out, whichever one I'm going to be using in attacks. But, you know, around when you hit about 15, you're really going to be able to start 3-starring those max Town Hall 9s if you're good and you've got your technique down. Eric Rodriguez. Jake, do you think there will ever be a One Hive plan for teens? Because I know you guys don't want kids, but blah, blah, blah. Basically, teen clan. And this, I honestly think there should be. I think there's enough demand at this point that there should be. I'm not telling you there will be. But maybe we can figure something out. There's a lot of problems with it, guys. You don't understand. It's not just getting your phone taken away or stuff like that. It's, you know, we have kids, we have teens. A lot of us have teen kids, and we don't want you guys exposed to some of the stuff, the humor, the stuff like that. So there's more to it than you think, but possibly. Dre Man Plays. I have a few questions. I believe that One Hive invented the Gola Loon strategy. If so, what process did One Hive go through to come up with it? It'd take a long time. That's not true. We did not invent Gola Loon at all. I'm not even sure where it came from. 2, do you think there would be new strategies in the near future for 3 stars? What troops do you think possibly? You know, we do come up with new strategies. The Zap Quake, you know, thing that we sort of I talked about before the update didn't come out. And some of the guys have perfected it almost. Things like that. You see the Suicide Dragons, that came out of One Hive family clans. We do come up with stuff, but no, Go All In we didn't. And going forward, not sure what they'll be, but I'm sure as new things are added and things change in the game, there will be new 3-star strategies. All right, guys, that is it. We are out of time. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me questions for the next one. Until then, Jake from One Hive reminding you guys to suck less.